Hello, let's get into this. First off, it's been reported by Ryan Satan of ProWrestlingSheet.com, who also works with WWE in backstage, has reported that there's been at least 3 positive tests of coronavirus this week in the WWE Performance Center. This is in light of a big spike in cases in Florida. We do have more details on this. There's concerns about the future tapings being moved with restrictions trying to get out of Florida. People are expected to isolate in their hotel rooms or stay home during this situation. WWE is also planning to do double tapings of Raw and SmackDown this Friday and Saturday after tests from Wednesday and Thursday have taken place. It's also been speculated that there's as many as 24 people, so 24 people have tested positive. That could be production workers, staff, wrestlers, and everybody else. That number has not been confirmed. It's also the belief that SmackDown will be rewritten to some degree, and family and friend audience members aren't expected to be attending the next tapings. WWE put out a brief statement saying we will continue COVID-19 tests to the talent, production crew and employees in advance of TV productions for the foreseeable future. PW Torch also notes that their employees and talents are getting frustrated with the lack of communication on this life and death situation. They're not the only one that has problems. AEW has had to pull 2 wrestlers from their shows due to being in contact with people having COVID. Tony Khan said Jon Moxley has had contact with somebody who has got COVID-19. He warned us. The doctor said to get home and get tested. And yeah, he's at home at the minute. And QT Marshall has also been in contact with a non-wrestling acquaintance who has since tested positive for COVID-19. They did not bring him to their test site. They told him to stay home and take the COVID test to protect them all at the AEW tapings, which I respect. If they know you've got it, they're not letting you come near them just to not risk the problems that you could bring towards the TV tapings and everybody else. So I respect that. But yeah, that's that. Obviously, they had to change matches for this week for tonight's Dynamite. If you've not seen it, Jon Moxley was meant to be in action. He was not. And the SCU's Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky faced FTR instead of the Natural Nightmares. But moving swiftly on, Sarah Logan has now announced that she is taking a break from wrestling. She's taking a break for the foreseeable future. Best of luck what you do, Sarah Logan. Best of luck. Now we move on to bad wrestling news. Indie promotion Chikara has officially shutting down. The owner, I think, Mike Quackenbush, who helped launch the promotion in 2002, said, "I have been made aware of recent allegations about myself and the people I employ. I take all allegations seriously, whether they are about me or members of my team. Addressing these with openness and transparency is of the utmost importance to me. So these matters will be given a proper time and attention. I am discontinuing Chikara and resigning as head trainer at the Wrestling Factory. I'll make a full statement on the matter in the near future." There's a load of other people that were there said I'm leaving. That was early in the day before he closed it. So damn, allegations to take down an entire wrestling company. Now let's just have a nice, simple story before we get on to our last story of the day. AEW Dynamite has now announced the full card for Fyter Fest on the 1st and 8th of July. MJF and Wardlow vs Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus on night 1. Private Party with Matt Hardy at ringside versus Santana and Ortiz. Shida versus Penelope Ford for the women's title. Cody versus Jake Hager for the TNT title. And the last match is the tag titles, Best Friends versus Paige and Omega. And then we go to night 2, which is Moxley and Brian Cage, Orange Cassidy, Chris Jericho, FTR and the Young Bucks versus Butcher Blade and the Lucha Brothers. That should be one hell of a match. Lance Archer versus Joey Janela. SCU and Dark Order versus Dark Order. It'll be Brody Lee, Colt Cabana and Grayson. And Nyla Rose is in action as well, but they've not announced that match. Overall, Fyter Fest is sounding pretty damn nice. But our last story to cover today is, if you've not heard, Sammy Guevara has been suspended by AEW for making an inappropriate rape joke about Sasha Banks on a podcast in January 2016. His comment was, "Bro, Sasha Banks, oh my god, when I was at WWE the other week, he was at in Extra, I just wanted to go fucking rape that woman." Yeah, he put out a public statement saying, "I made a stupid, inappropriate, and extremely offensive comment in my past. In my idiotic mind, I thought it was funny to use the word and terms to represent nothing but horror and pain. I'm truly sorry for my hurtful words and action, and I will never forgive myself. I also want to apologise to Sasha Banks for my unacceptable comments. She's an amazing person who didn't deserve to be the brunt of my offensive remark. I spoke with her earlier and she helped me learn a gigantic lesson, and I thank her for that." She then put out a public statement saying, "Earlier I spoke to Sammy. He apologised and we had an open discussion. Words are like comments he made, jokingly or not, have absolutely no place in our society, and I don't condone or tolerate this kind of behaviour. One thing is just a side comment that can have a massive impact on someone else's life and send the wrong message. We have to hold ourselves accountable for our actions and the word we say. I hope the situation shows him that. I hope from this point on, in order to grow and change within our community to take place, we can all communicate to these conversations. No person, man, woman or child should ever be subject to feeling of fear or any unsafe environment. We all have to do better for not just ourselves but generations to come." Well, that's her public statement. I can agree that we should have open and honest conversations to try and make the world a better place. Tell you that about all the allegations getting people fired. But after that, AEW then put out a public statement saying that we do our part to create a world of understanding and respect for humankind, and therefore we strongly condemn the extremely offensive and hurtful words of Sammy Guevara. In such effective immediately, Sammy Guevara is suspended without pay until further notice. He has agreed to undergo extremely offensive and hurt. We therefore strongly condemn his extremely offensive and hurtful words. Sammy Guevara has effectively immediately agreed to undergo extensive sensitivity training, and upon completion, his future status with the company will be re-evaluated. During his suspension, his salary will be donated to the Women's Centre of Jacksonville. But there we go. And after this, Sammy Guevara made a video on his YouTube saying, "I just want to apologise to anybody I let down, to Sasha, to anyone I hurt with my words. 2016 me is not me today. 2020 I would have never said those hurtful things. I used to think it was funny to do some kind of shock humour to pop the room I'm in. A lot has happened in 4 years of my life. One of the things that has happened is me growing as a person. I understand now that words can impact people more than I'll ever understand. They can hurt people more than I'll ever realise. You cannot catch me saying these kind of hurtful things now in 2020. When I do come back, I'll be better. I'm going to do my sensitivity training and I'm going to be a better version of myself." Yeah, he's now taking a break from social media. I hope Sammy Guevara learns from this situation, becomes a better person, and yeah, this just doesn't get dragged up again. There's a lot of stuff getting dragged up nowadays. And yeah, I mean, wow, WWE with COVID, well, we lose Sarah Logan from the wrestling business, a promotion closes down, Sammy Guevara's suspended. I mean, yeah, just come back soon, Sammy, as a better and more awesome person.